get into more about Big Bar Snare there, where Bop was snared more than once. Think of that. Think of that. Even old Bop here was snared more than once, and the way they got things set up here. And that's all it is, just the way they got things set up here. It happens with an argument. Same thing, hubris issue, material hubris issue. Bop, they say do this and that. Bop doesn't want to do that. And then the argument kicks in, and that's where the heat and the hate comes when you're belittling someone and you're trying to make them look small and try to play the masters. Same thing. That's what they do to Bop. They're shaming and blaming him too, as the masters, a little bit, trying to place their mistakes on Bop. Like when they're like when old Kenny's team loses to hockey, he's just such an ass to deal with after. Just like you're getting into work there, it's early in the morning, and you couldn't even get your coffee, right? Same thing, and the argument arises. Same thing. It gets to that level of the argument. One person's belittling the other one down. The other one's forcing his opinion, Bop. And same thing. Even if Bop is wrong, or you're wrong, and they're arguing, once you do the damage, like Bop did, they toss you out, and they will phone police too. A lot of people here are just spies. Same thing, like Big Bar Snare down south. They're looking to toss anyone out and get some money, fine them, and take advantage of it a bit too. And it's funny because even Willard was snared in a chair. Think of that, after his little wedding way back there. So anyways, Bop did the damage. It's called domestic issue. Just doing the damage in the house, smashing the windows out. That's a fun thing. It's a shredding. It's a big one too. And Bop was just so worked up and frustrated at that point. They were shaming and blaming him. Ken was even throwing in a little frame into saying he did this and that. And so anyways, they kind of, same thing now, but you got to take it a different way with a grain of salt and kind of pay him back too. And they understand better over time. But anyways, Bop was, he came in with Tom there, take him in, we were dogging him out. Old Bop was kind of doing the same thing on the computer, living his little dream there, his little fantasy, doing a little work here and there, even at McDonald's for 2 weeks. And then Bop had to turn himself in with the other guy, whom Tom was corresponding with him on the phone. So when they bring old Bop, there was big old Tom. He said, I'll be there with your son and we'll stick it through. And when I actually got there and got out of Tom's truck there in a Harry, and he's the big old veteran cop too from the other side, the other district, and they come in and say, oh yeah. I say, okay, thanks, Tom. And Tom says, I'll see you later, son. And that was it. It just at the check-in center there at the counter. And then they took old Bop out back. They snared his hands. And in the parking lot there was the captain, and they had all the people around and all the little white interceptors there, and Bop doesn't get enough, and people complain about their taxes out in the rigs, and they're getting ragged out by Bush and Obama and others, and they're just bitching and complaining taxes are too high, and that Bop is got squeezed out. Same thing, did the damage, argument, squeezed out, and now he's in the squeeze. And the funny thing is Bop is young, so he was out there in the parking lot, and there was the old captain. He comes in, there's a circle around Bop, there's probably about maybe 9 cops out there, and he comes in, he says, I'm gonna grab your balls, all right? And there was me as old Bop, Big Joe, whatever you want to call it. Sure. And then he came up, he came in, and he so fast, and he just grabbed the balls, right? That's not a protocol either. He just did it, and the fine thing is they all seen that too. Wait, they're gonna be laughing at it, talking about it. Even saying, geez, that's weird, right? That was just before the shredding and getting in the car, driving them downtown there, getting in the little holding cells there, getting in the whiteout room, setting the bar at 5K. Then Bop was dogging him out, and they don't really know what's going on too. A lot of it's different confusion. You hear a lot of different opinions. There's a lot of different cops that are going to be kind of talking about it too. That's the funny thing. And they set the bar at 5K, and Bop's out there tossed out, and he's still in solid. And it's not even that bad to old Bop. That's the funny thing, evolving too in Big Bar Snare, and it's Big Buck Joe and Uncle Sam, watch out. Uncle Sam's pissed off. He's looking up. And that's what a power nap blaster is, hard. Water prism. Right? So that's the funny thing. And Bop slapped it out. And then the payment went through. Watch, you're going to be laughing at it too. I bet you got the video of it too. You know, and funny thing is they're going to be looking at that too with old Bop. Because Bop's another kind of one of these army boys. And he's got it good too, Cloud9 Dream, right? Big dogs, and they want old Bop in, you know, just by GB there, just to hold it in more solid, and it goes good too, even with that jinx and her little shredding. And then they see Bop with the chick too after. That's to show him that's lightweight. Bop, that was just on the side for Bop. Bop was doing a lot of different things. And then Bop just kind of going like this. He gets it off, and then he gets it down, and he's just dogging it out, and he's going in, and Bop slams it up, and that was 5 racks up. And Willard was lighter weight than that when they snared him, and he finally had to go in because it was a while back too, and Willard was just kind of whiting out like Bop did for a few weeks, and Bop comes in. Even got Tom in the Harry too, and just like he's slapping that bar out, going around. It's not even that bad. That's the funny thing. It's just if you get Bop's in a different mindset too than a lot of people out there. They think the hotshot dyke, just like the old devil's in, and with Jesus, he's got the beard too a little bit, right? I'll show you too. It's not even that bad, right? When he came in for the ball grab, he said, I'm going to grab your balls now, okay? And he had his hat on, and there was Bop. He said, okay. A lot of guys, imagine how other guys might take that, other big old tough guys coming in, and they've got the big bad attitude to cops, and they're roughers too, greener-eyed monsters out there roughing dudes up, and even Iron is hitting them, right? Imagine they might... Hell no, right? There was Bop. Okay, go in with the ball grab there. He said, okay. He said, you're good to go. Think of that. Even old Bop has been snared more than once here.